What's going on, everybody? My name is Andrew Oliva and I'd love to review movies. If you haven't already, please leave a like down below and hit subscribe. It helps me out so much. 2022 is almost over, and though we have a few films left of the year, I thought I'd go ahead and share some of my most anticipated movies of 2023. Now, 2023 is a stacked year. We have so many big blockbusters coming out, especially over the summer. And this is going to be either a really good year for movies or either a really disappointing year for movies. And since there are so many big movies coming out, this list is pretty long, and this isn't going to be in any particular order. These are just some of the movies that I am very curious about and some of my most anticipated movies of 2023. Some are going to be like, okay, yeah, that's fair. There's a couple that I'm really intrigued about. So these are going to be in no particular order. I'm just going to get started. I'm going to get started with Wonka. This is coming out, I'm pretty sure, this coming year. And it stars Timothée Chalamet as Wonka. Now, this movie's going to either be really good or really bad. I'm very curious. I'm not a huge fan of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I love Willy Wonka. I think that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Not a huge fan of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. No offense to Tim Burton. I love you. But I'm very curious. We had that set photo of Timothée Chalamet as Wonka, and I think he's going to do a fantastic job. I'm just nervous about the story. What's the story they're going to choose? Is this going to be like basically a remake of Willy Wonka, or is it, I think this might be like an origin story for Wonka. Which, if that's the case, I like origin stories. I'm intrigued about that. Next is Elementals. Anytime new Pixar movie, take my money. I'm gonna go see it. Love Pixar. The teaser that they put out for Elementals, I love the vibe of it. It could easily be a very generic film, which I'm hoping it's not. Pixar lately hasn't putting out the best stuff. Wasn't a huge fan of Turning Red. Wasn't a huge fan of Lightyear. But I love Luca, which is a very hot take. I know. I love it. One of my favorite Pixar movies. But I hope Elementals is really, truly something special. And as of right now, it's on the top of my list of must-see movies next year. Next is Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Now, with all the chaos happening at DC right now, it's hard to put a DC movie on the list, but I really wanted to. I wanted to show them some respect. And I really love the first Shazam movie. It's one of the best DCEU movies, I think, in my opinion. And I'm very curious to see if it maintains that family aspect of the first film, which made the movie so great. If they can do this, I feel like this is going to be one of the best superhero movies of next year. But with all of what's going on at DC right now, it's making me nervous. But if this movie actually comes out, I have a lot of faith in it. I'm so nervous for this movie. I hope it's good. I hope it's great. We'll have to wait to find out. Up next is Dune 2. Now, I really enjoyed the first Dune. It felt unfinished though, and I get it. It's a two-part movie, or probably more parts than that if the second one does good. But I feel like the first movie was a little bit style over substance. The story, not that much going to it, but it had fantastic effects. The action was fantastic. The acting was incredible. But I wish the story had a little bit more to it. That's nitpicking. I really love the first Dune, and I'm hoping the second Dune kind of pays off some of the moments in the first film and expands on this world that the first movie set up. I'm really excited for it. I hope it's great. Next I'm going to talk about The Little Mermaid, Disney's newest live-action movie coming out, I think, this summer. And Little Mermaid is my favorite animated movie of all time. I love The Little Mermaid so much. Which makes me nervous and excited at the same time that they're doing a live-action remake of it. The teaser that they put out looks stunning. Like, I'm not crying over the casting. I think she's going to do a fantastic job. Halle Bailey. I think she's going to do an amazing job as Ariel. And Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. I think that's perfect casting right there. Not the biggest fan of Melissa McCarthy, but I feel like Ursula is the perfect role for her, and I think she's going to do a fantastic job being Ursula. And the little teaser that they put out, it just looks so beautiful. And I hope this doesn't fall into the live-action traps that they have, especially with Pinocchio. Oh god, I hope this is not another Pinocchio. I really hope not. But I'm really excited for The Little Mermaid, and if it's what I hope it's gonna be, it truly could be the best live action movie that they've done. Again, I'm nervous and I'm excited at the same time. We'll have to wait to find out. I hope it's so good. But yeah, up next I'm going to talk about John Wick 4. I like the first 3 John Wicks. I know some people don't like the second and third one that much. I think all of the John Wick movies are about the same for me. I think they're really entertaining action films. I think the stunt work is phenomenal. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't rewatch them often, but John Wick 4 looks freaking amazing. The action looks phenomenal. Some of the new cast members, I'm so happy for this movie, and even if it's as good as the other 3, I'm gonna be happy. I just hope it's not a dud. They're going on a solid streak right now, the John Wick franchise. I know they have more movies coming out, so right now it looks like they have a clear vision of where they want this franchise to end. And right now it's just them making that goal come true. And I hope John Wick 4 is really good. And I think it's going to be. So that's why it's on my list. Next, let's talk about Indiana Jones 5. Now, I am both really excited about this movie, and I'm really nervous. What makes me really excited about this movie is the director, who directed Ford vs. Ferrari and Logan. 2 phenomenal movies. And giving him the Indiana Jones franchise seems like the right way to go, and I hope it is. What makes me nervous, though, is the trailer that they put out. As I really did enjoy the trailer, it looks very CGI heavy. And what makes the first Indiana Jones movies so great is the practical stunt work. And obviously you can't have Harrison Ford doing all that stunts. He'll break a hip or something. No offense, I love you. But I hope the action is really good. That's my biggest worry, that it's gonna feel fake. And I don't want an Indiana Jones movie to feel fake. That's kind of what Crystal Skull felt like to me. And the de-aging on Harrison Ford looks amazing. I hope the story holds up. I hope the story is really good. The score, the John Williams score from the trailer is amazing. And again, this is one that I'm really nervous about. But I really hope they can pull it off. And it could easily be one of my favorite movies of next year. Up next, I'm going to talk about Creed 3. I love the first 2 Creeds. I know some people didn't like the second Creed, but I love Creed 3. There are some things that make me nervous about this film, like Sylvester Stallone not being in it and saying some weird things about the behind the scenes of this movie. But there's so many things to be excited for. This is Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut, which I'm very excited for, to see what he can do. And another thing, Jonathan Majors, who is one of my favorite actors working right now. I loved him in The Harder They Fall. I mean, from the trailer, he looks like one of the most intimidating villains that I've seen in a movie so far. And he looks like a really intriguing character to just dive into. And I hope they have a clear storyline for Creed as well, because from the trailer we see that they're really diving into their villain. They're really putting their all into the antagonists of this movie. But I hope they could also do the same for Adonis Creed. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I think it's going to be amazing. I hope it's amazing. But yeah. Up next is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, which is probably one of my favorite franchises right now. Mission Impossible, so great. They've only gotten better. And just the first trailer that they put out looks so good. The featurette thing that they put out a couple days ago of them setting up one of the biggest stunts that they've done with Tom Cruise driving a freaking motorcycle off a cliff. I mean, jeez, it looks phenomenal. And this is a 2-part movie, and I hope there's some satisfaction at the end of this movie. I know they're not going to conclude everything, but I hope there's some sense of resolution at the end of this movie. But you can't go wrong with Tom Cruise, man. Up next is Across the Spider-Verse. Now, the trailer that they just put out didn't show too much, but it was enough to get me excited. I mean, I love the first Into the Spider-Verse movie. I think it's a great animated movie, and I'm really excited to see where they go with this movie. There is the worry that it's not going to live up to the first movie, and I'm nervous, but I'm really excited at the same time because I have faith in everyone working on the movie. I think they're going to do a great job. But there is that sequel nervousness that you get whenever there's a great movie and then they do a sequel to it. That happens with every movie. I think this movie will live up to the first movie. If it doesn't, I'll be very disappointed. But right now, I think it's going to be a good movie. Up next is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Now, say what you want about the casting. Chris Pratt as Mario, I don't care, man. I just want to see a good movie. The voice doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. Is it the best casting you could choose? No. But it doesn't bother me. I've gotten over it. I just want to see a good movie, and the trailer that they've just put out looks like so much fun. It looks like they're really diving into the elements of the game and bringing those elements to the movie, and that's what makes me so excited. It looks like there's going to be some heart in this movie. Like, we get little hints of that in the trailer, and it just looks like a fun little adventure movie. I am worried, like, Illumination doesn't have the best track record of putting out great movies. They've done a lot of mediocre movies, but I hope this movie really puts them on the top of studios to be feared of. Because I feel like they could make a really good movie, and I feel like this could be it. I'm really excited to see where they go. Up next is Scream 6. Now, I love most of the Scream movies. I have not seen Scream 3. I've heard it's not worth it. So I haven't checked it out. I might go back and check it out when this movie is coming out. But I'm a huge fan of the Scream franchise. The first Scream movie, it's one of the best slashers of all time. And I've loved 2 and... I don't love 2. 2 is okay. I like 2. But 4, I really enjoy 4. It's a lot of fun. And then I really enjoyed Scream 5. I thought it was a really nice entry in the Scream franchise. So naturally, I'm really excited for Scream 6. What makes me nervous about this movie is that it is only coming out a year later after Scream 5. I hope that they put as much work and effort into this movie as they did Scream 5. I think this movie could be really good. Most of the cast is returning. I hope they use that to their advantage, that they have already some of these established characters, and I hope they evolve on that. Jenna Ortega, she's amazing. She's gonna do great, and everyone else in the movie is gonna be great. But I just hope it lives up to to Scream 5 and all the other Scream movies. Up next is Oppenheimer. I mean, Christopher Nolan. What are you gonna? It's Christopher Nolan. It's gonna be great. I liked Tenet. I know some people didn't love Tenet, but I really enjoyed Tenet. I love almost every single Christopher Nolan. I love Christopher Nolan. Interstellar. Favorite movie of all time. And what excites me is that this is kind of a smaller scale. I say smaller scale very lightly because it's Christopher Nolan. You know he's going to make it big somehow. But I'm really excited to see how he puts his little flair on this smaller, like, this historical story. I'm really excited what he does with this. The cast is star-studded. It looks amazing. Cillian Murphy, I think he's going to do a fantastic job. I'm just really excited for this movie. Up next is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And though I like Volume 2, I'm not the biggest fan of Volume 2. I think it's very rewatchable, but it could have been better. And this is the conclusion of the Guardians franchise, so I really think James Gunn put his all into this movie and made this the best possible movie that it could be. Because of that reason, I'm really excited for this movie. I really hope it lives up to the hype. Up next, on the Marvel train is going to be Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now, I didn't think this movie was going to be on this list, because this feels like a Phase 4 movie. I say that with hesitation because it feels like this movie could easily be the Multiverse of Madness of Phase 5 of what we're expecting. Because Multiverse of Madness, we kind of expected this big, grand multiverse adventure with all these meaningful cameos and this really epic story. But no, we kind of got the watered-down version of that. And I really hope that's not the case with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, because this looks like it could be a fantastic start to Phase 5. It can really set up Kang as a very intimidating villain, and I just really hope this lives up to the hype because I'm really excited and I'm really nervous. Oh, and fine, this is the last one. And finally, Barbie. I mean, I was already excited for this movie. Then a couple days ago, I went to go see Avatar: The Way of Water. And then I unexpectedly saw the Barbie trailer that played before the movie. And holy shit, I lost my mind. I was an 18-year-old man going crazy in a theater because of a Barbie trailer. What is wrong with me? I am so excited for this movie. I can't explain it. Greta Gerwig directing it, Noah Baumbach writing it. Oh my lord, this movie can be great. This movie could be so great. It could be so bad too. I am so nervous for this movie. I hope it's so good. I love the trailer. I love the 2001 Space Odyssey reference. It's so good. And right when I didn't even know that it was going to be a Barbie movie when the trailer came on. I was like, okay, what is this? Is this just an ad? But then the movie kicked in and it said directed by Greta Gerwig. I freaking lost it, man. I had people looking at me in the theater like, what is wrong with this man? My dad was looking at me like I'm insane. But right once that music kicked in, like all of my childhood excitement that I had when I was a child just came back. And I never thought I would be this excited for a Barbie movie. But I don't know. Margot Robbie as Barbie's like perfect casting. Ryan Gosling is, look, I'm so excited. Simu Liu is also in this movie and he was in the trailer and everyone looks like they're having a blast making this movie and I hope this movie is so good. I hope this movie surprises a lot of people because I know some people will be like, what? It's a Barbie movie? Especially my dad was like, come on Andrew, it's a Barbie movie. I don't care. This movie, and if this is a musical, from the trailer we're kind of getting that hint that it's going to be a musical. And if it is a musical, I mean, I'm so excited. I love musicals. And I can't explain it, why I'm so excited for Barbie. I mean, it's Barbie. But the trailer got me, man. And I wanted more from that trailer. Like, I mean, it was enough for a teaser, but like, once that music kicked in, we got those few shots. I was like, give me more. I want to see this movie right now. If I could see one movie in 2023 right now, forget Guardians, forget Ant-Man. I want to see Barbie right now, and I cannot wait till July to see this movie. Like I said, I can't explain it. I can't explain why I'm so excited for this, but that trailer unlocked something in my childhood, and it just got me so excited for this movie. Guys, let me know what your most anticipated movies are for 2023. Do you agree with my list? Do you agree that I am so excited for Barbie? Are you excited for Barbie? Are you going to see Barbie opening day over Oppenheimer? Let me know. And guys, as usual, have a great day.